Real news. Honest and fun political talk weekly on the line 90.7 FM. How are you guys doing today? You just look at each other.
Yeah, we're doing great, actually. I'm a good start this morning.
Oh, yeah. Did you have a good afternoon?
I did have a great afternoon, yeah. Like, I woke up kind of late today. I was like, maybe 1 I woke up in, and then 12:30. At 12:30, yeah, I was pretty late, though. But I actually got sleep, so I'm good.
Good job.
Yeah, how about you, Phil?
I slept pretty much all day. I was pretty useless. Gotta admit.
Phil?
Pretty much useless. Pretty much useless today. I may or may not had a few drinks. And
This early in the morning?
no, the night before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
that's right. 5 o'clock somewhere. Drink 'em.
Oh man,
Yeah.
dude, I went to this this place. You remember when you were at that hotel at that place?
What?
Yeah, that place.
Way to narrow
yeah.
down there, buddy.
Hotel that's in the Penn and the
Oh, you mean the LI hotel?
You know that hotel. So
Wait, which hotel? Was it the
near
one?
there.
Wait, was it the one that was at for LI?
Yes, it was like right across the street from there. I wish I would have knew about this place when you were here because we could have visited it. Because it reminded me a lot like Hunt Valley in Maryland. If you've ever been there, it was just like the largest giant eagle I've ever been to.
Oh, wow.
And I went in there, and it's just like so much hipster crap over there. It's insane. Like they had these little coffees. It was like nitro coffee or whatever. I thought it was a milk drink because it was in the dairy section, but apparently it was just black coffee. So I was not really pleased.
Do you like it black?
I do like it black, but I don't know. I was expecting it to be a milk drink since it was in the dairy section, and it didn't even have any dairy in it, so it's a little bit of a lie. But that place is insane. They had like a aged meat section. They had like 4 different delis in there, and I was just like, holy crap! And I only looked at half the store. This was like the size of a Costco, but like just groceries, and they were all expensive, so that wasn't really good for me. But everything else was pretty cool. I didn't even see the whole shopping center. They had like a movie theater there. And it was a nice movie theater too, from what I understand. Like they actually had seats that are like good for you.
Oh, the recliner seats?
From what I understand, yeah. I think my buddies went out there to see the Avengers movie the other day.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that later because we went and saw it and have some thoughts. Somebody fell asleep.
We're going to spoil the movie for everybody. Yes.
Get those people on the radio to love us. But no, so I went there. I did some de-rusting of a lawnmower body and also painted it. So tomorrow I'm going to do some brain surgery with it. So, yeah, had a decent, productive day. My girlfriend's making dinner.
Oh,
So
mine doesn't do that.
Well, someone doesn't have a kitchen, so,
Yes, you do.
You gotta, at your place, you don't have a kitchen.
Oh. Yes, we do, actually. Downstairs in the basement.
Oh, come
You have a
on.
kitchen in the basement. What is this?
Gross.
This is a dorm.
Yeah, it is a dorm. That's something that a dorm would do. Well, at least you have a kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, if you have a microwave, you could make stuff in there. I've lived off of microwave food for a while. Not the best, but
You like microwave food, Sean?
Sometimes, yeah.
dude, they got some pretty crazy things you can make in a microwave. If you
You
have
can
the,
make some pretty
knowledge. Like,
creative concoctions
Yeah.
with a
I don't know,
microwave.
dude. I knew this guy who went to prison. He had some pretty creative concoctions too, so it's probably the same sort of thing. But like, you have a microwave, so it's even better.
Wait, don't you have like a microwave in your own dorm room? Don't you use that?
No, I actually since I don't use it, I use it for storage.
Oh, okay, right.
Yes, he does. I remember he had some items in there that were of interest.
What are you talking about? I had balloons in there.
Yeah, yeah. type of
Balloons,
one.
yeah.
Balloons, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we meant to say. Balloons.
Nah, it's nothing bad.
Incognito balloons.
The store of balloons that they give away for free at Penn State.
Oh.
Wow, we're
Dump
we're
again.
already.
I didn't dump her
Yeah,
twice.
Shrimp,
We're
shrimp,
rolling.
shrimp.
We're rolling
Yeah.
Shrimp, yeah.
Oh,
No, have you ever had like
God.
free shrimp? It's bad.
Yeah.
I want to
Actually-
eat free shrimp.
You know what's worse? Jumbo shrimp. Such an oxymoron.
Oh,
Jumbo.
I love jumbo shrimp. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It just has a stupid name. Should we start with our
Shrimp.
topics now? Or are we gonna just like
Talk about
devolve?
shrimp.
You're a
should probably
shrimp.
I thought it was going to be me that broke the ice. I got to be
Not
honest.
the
Yeah, look who's
I
breaking the
did
ice
not-
here.
I did not expect.
Yeah. Oh well.
Expect the unexpected, sir.
Weren't you gonna perform a song for us?
I would
Self,
have,
though?
but if I would have found the tune or whatever.
Politics, am I right? Yeah, sing your song, Phil.
No, I
Sing
don't have. If I would have had
Sing
the
it.
song, it would have
Sing
happened.
Sing it now.
Well,
That's like telling a guy to go and crack a joke. Comedian, make a joke. Yeah, what are you going to do at that point? You know?
I'd be like, oh, just my life. Crickets.
That's
Okay. Okay. It must be true then. So I'm actually gonna talk about a lot of like local stuff that's been happening, other than the big stuff that's been happening in the real world. But how about we start off with
Talk about that thing that you had.
Yeah. There was some Nigel. There was some the campus clash with some Don
about that
Jr.
campus clash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, Turning Point USA at Penn State, which is a club I'm a part of.
Nice.
Disclosure.
That's nice. Disclosure. Yeah, there is a bit of a bias going in here, if you would say. As the campus coordinator and president-elect of Turning Point USA, we put on and I'm not exaggerating, this is what the higher-ups have told us, the biggest, the most hyped, the most smoothly run campus clash ever in Turning Point's history. We had 726 people fill Thomas 100. 100 Thomas, where Sam Richards has his lecture. That whole room was packed. Every seat was filled with people. We had to turn over 300 people away, at least.
I low-key feel bad though. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I know. I felt bad too,
Yeah.
because some of these people came out so long and far to come see our three headline speakers of Charlie Kirk, Kimberly Guilfoyle, and Donald Trump Jr., which was pretty impressive that we were able to get that. Not going to lie. So they spoke for a bit. There was a Q&A, and then the event ended, but we had some low-energy protesters outside. They were holding some really awful signs. Did you guys see the signs that they were holding? Like, these were some pretty crap signs. Like, they could have done a better job. They had signs that said, "We are Penn State. We are all in. Compassion is more fun. When the revolution comes," they didn't put when. They just said, "The revolution comes. Which side are you on? We don't support."
That's basically a threat.
like literally, you're stealing the revolution when the revolution comes. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't
When is
know.
that revolution going to come? I think it's been a couple hundred years since Karl Marx wrote his thesis. and I'm still waiting on a
1776 will commence again.
I don't know. I think they're just there just because they kind of had to. I don't even think there was a protest or anything. They're just I don't know. It didn't look like a
They have
protest.
to do a protest. It's not it's helping for us too, because it's not a real event if there's no protest.
Well, it's a protest. It's just a low energy protest.
Yeah.
The other one. Here's the worst sign. This is so uncreative. It literally just reads, "We don't support campus clash. This is free speech."
You should have had some counter protesters there being like, "Krusty Krab, unfair, Mr. Krabs."
Oh, I would have done that. Yeah, that was my idea.
You would have done that.
Yeah.
I'm a goofy goober.
Yeah.
Oh, goofy goober.
The other thing we had was a few hecklers in the audience
Oh, heck.
that were oh heck, there's a heckler. And they would it really started when Charlie started speaking, 'cause he was the first guy to come out. When Charlie started speaking, this one person just started shouting him over. And so I was told, because I am, I was one of the big volunteers of this thing, because I was I'm on the executive board, so I have a certain level where I have to do things that, other volunteers don't have to do or shouldn't do for various reasons. So we were told that if that person ever speaks again, tries to, heckle again, that we're going to have to deal with this. I have to deal with this. So I was like, okay. But that person didn't speak again. Another person next to them starts, shouting it down. They wouldn't shut up. So I looked at my other exec board member. I was like, all right, we got to do something. And because they're just drowning out the speech and we can't hear anything that's going on. So we have to do this because they are subverting their freedom of speech of the speakers. Because it happened when Don Jr. came out in Kimberly. They were trying to basically overpower his speech, and you couldn't hear Don Jr. They were taking away from his free speech. So we went up there. I start talking to the guy, and he just keeps shouting and shouting and shouting. Like no Trump, no KKK, no fascist, it's like one of those people just going nuts. I was saying a whole bunch of crap. So I said, sir, can you please be respectful? You can ask questions during the Q&A. And, you're drowning out their speech and we can't hear him. And he goes, I'm not going to shut up. Ah! And I'm like, please be respectful, sir. And he's like, I don't have anything better to do today. And he's just absolutely, like, mad and just really just, like, in your face, like, losing it. So at that point, like, we, kept trying to tell him to just, calm down, be respectful. And then finally, he wouldn't listen. He kept yelling at us. And we had to go up a second time, I think. And then finally the campus security came in and they had to escort him out, and people just started cheering and chanting, USA, 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 as they escorted him out. So there was a total of 4, I think 5, according to Mikey, protesters were escorted out. Yeah, that was pretty much, basically what happened. But I love that event. It went perfectly. Like, it was really smooth. Everything went nicely. Everybody had fun. The crowd was hyped up. Like I said, Turning Point National Sales, the most hyped crowd they've ever had. And I've been gotten nothing but praise from everyone, except for the Q&A, which I understand why people were disappointed in that. Thoughts, Alex? Or anyone else here?
Are we allowed to go and talk about the Q&A at all, or is that, it's top secret stuff?
All I can say, and all I will say, is that the Q&A was not the traditional Q&A they do for campus clashes where we have a mic set up and you go up to and ask a question. For this one, you had to submit it online through Twitter and Instagram. But the reason for that was out of my control. That's all I can really say. So it was out of my control. It was out of our exec board's control. It was out of our chapter's control. This was something people higher than us made the decision on. And to be honest, I don't know why. We were told at first it was a Secret Service call, or I was told that by some people, but it wasn't. It was actually a call from other people. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So it wasn't anything you guys could have done. That was, it was different things. But anyways, I think it's still went pretty well. And here's the thing. If there's 750 people in the room, and because of the hecklers, the amount of time you guys had there was dramatically cut down, there's only going to be a room for a certain amount of people to really even give their, spiel.
Right.
Give their thoughts on that. So, I mean, it makes sense, at least to me, why they'd have to do that. But I don't know. It would have been nice if they didn't do it that way, but I still think everything else went 100% perfect. As much as it could.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And like I said, I was talking to our field rep 7, and he said that it was the smoothest campus clash they've ever had, where like setup went smooth, tickets went smooth, nothing went wrong. I mean, there's always a lot of problems that you come up with. Are you letting that mic just like touch your neck?
You're distracting, sir.
Yeah, I'm getting distracted by somebody here. And the thing is, like, my job as being on the exec board was not really a specific thing like ticketing or ushering or nothing like that. My job was just basically to watch everybody. If there was any problems came up, I had to solve it. So I was constantly running around like, problem solution, problem fix, do this, do that, boom, 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 boom. It was just constant. I did not sit down. I did not rest. I did not have time for chit chat. So I was constantly moving, and that taught me a lot about how events work. And it's just a great experience for anybody that wants to coordinate things, to organize things, to manage things. You will learn so much from doing events, especially at this caliber of this high prestigious, level of speakers. I mean, we brought in the son of the president of the United States. Like, that's a big deal. And, doing with campus security, Secret Service, the Penn State administration. I mean, it's a lot of work that goes into it. It was a lot of fun, totally worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. What did you guys think? Because you were just a watcher, I guess you say, a spectator, and you were a volunteer. So what did you guys think of it? The good, the bad, the ugly, the oogly.
It was. It went well. I mean, it was well. It looked like it was well organized. It looked like it was like.
Is that mic working?
Which mic? Mine?
Yeah, I could hear it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. The Q&A did really irk me a little bit, but then again, it wasn't really so much in our control. So but I do get nervous. I get nervous when something like that happens, unlike the normal meetings. Yeah, because you look on the internet. You look on the internet on any Turning Point meeting, and it's people get a mic in the stands, and they're asking their questions, and it's because when David Hogg came to speak here, he got a lot of, I guess that he got a lot of flack for doing the questions, putting the questions in the hat or whatever, or can or whatever it was, and so they could vet them, and I don't know. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Is that better?
Speaking to it, please.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot better.
That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Little, lot, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. I can't hear you though.
Oh, I turned you off.
Why?
Oh, I realized why I couldn't hear him. Well, never mind. Continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll make a cut there.
Yeah.
So, what was your take again?
Everything went as far as timing wise and the organization, everything went well, really, really, really well, which I was surprised because for a meeting that big, I was expecting plenty to go wrong. Not go wrong, but a lot of, adverse situations. But I mean, the only adverse situation was really hecklers, and we were kind of already dealing with that anyway. So, but yeah, the Q&A really did kind of irk me, but but that wasn't in our control. So other than that, everything else was just faboo. It went well. It went really well. The people that organized it deserve a whole lot of credit. It was just very fantastic run.
And not just the people who organized it, the volunteers deserve a tremendous amount of thanks because without them, and they all did a great job. I thought we were going to have people that didn't know what they were doing, were confused, or there'd be a bunch of stuff going wrong, or they weren't used to it. No, they picked it up well, and they ran with it, and they did a great job. They adapted tremendously well. What did you think?
It was good actually. It was nice sitting up and seeing literally I'm a Donald Trump's son in front of my face. So I'm like, wow.
You got to touch him.
I shook his hand.
Yeah. You touched his hand.
I touched him. Yeah.
You got a picture of him too.
Yeah, I did.
You got a picture? Did you?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't actually weren't volunteer. Oh.
No, but I did get. But I did get a group.
Yeah.
Group photo with everybody.
The gang.
And I was like,
yeah, the gang.
That to me that was probably more important than anything because
we all look so happy in that.
But it was great. It was great that that we could pull off something that big
of that scale, yeah.
Of that scale, and two, just that I was able to share this with the people around me that have been there,
That's what I loved about it, is that we were able to have a big event with not just watching people we loved, but being around people we loved in the audience, being around our friends, just having a good time, a high energy, fun, just great time, Because I saw you were next to Rob, you were next to a bunch of other people we know. I was next to her, Mikey, Olivia, a bunch of our people. And we all had just a great time. What did you think, Alex?
Oh, it was great. I loved how many people you were able to cram in that room, and like how well you guys helped the protesters. Now, I there was a couple of times where I think you probably should have got to them quicker, but it does make great footage seeing all these protesters like acting up.
Well,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you guys did a fantastic job there. But yeah, yeah, just amount of people. Wish there was some more time to go and like shake people's hands, but it's a busy event.
Yeah.
But when are you guys gonna bring Jeremy Clarkson down? When's Jeremy gonna bring him?
I'd love to bring Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond and James May, but
You should try to get them to do that.
might I'll have to see about that. That'd be really cool.
Like who's gonna protest that? Like they won't even know what to do. Like ban cars now or something. 'Cause I could see there being a case to have Turning Point bring Jeremy Clarkson.
Have Turning Point UK help us out with that.
Do they have a UK chapter?
Yes, they do, and Nigel Farage is one of the big people involved with it.
Well, you should come and talk to see if you can bring the Grand Tour over here. That would be insane. Like they wouldn't know what to do. It would be the greatest. Like this was pretty good. You managed to bring Jeremy Clarkson to Penn State.
Oh my god, that'd be
Like
awesome.
you would need a bigger room. You need to get the Bryce Jordanson Center for that. I think.
Yes.
Oh my god, get them to have like an episode over there.
Well, I don't know if you've kept up, but like the episode I'm gonna watch tonight, it's been out for I think the past 3 weeks, is the last episode of this season. This is the last episode where they have the tent for the Grand Tours. So next season they're gonna be doing like road trips around the world, and it's gonna be like 3 big specials.
Get them to do a road trip to State College.
Yes. Yeah, I love those
Like,
guys.
just think about that. Like you could make a case that Turning Point would be able to deal with these people because the left, they hate cars, they hate all that stuff. They Jeremy Clarkson's probably gotten more trouble than just about anyone else with the amount of fracasses he had.
Yeah.
I think we
So
definitely do. I think we definitely do need
very
more.
interesting.
We need more events where we could we could get people in the crowd or get opposition to like
Oh,
challenge.
absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Like because like if you get in their face, like you realize you get in their face, not of course not violently or anything.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
but if you get in their face, it's like, and you challenge their logic, you challenge their reasoning, then what else do they have left? Like so either two things can happen when you challenge your logic, you challenge your reasoning. They could either go, oh, I didn't really think of it like that, and then maybe have themselves a different
Open their eyes a bit.
open their eyes a little bit, or you could start to see they're crazy, like they're real crazy, because like it'll get either go, I could change your mind, or you could just completely go crazy, like because you realize, oh my God, my logic's been exposed, I'm done, and now it's like racist, sexist,
Yeah.
homophobe.
Well, I was also on Wednesday at the Art Laffer speaking event put on by the CRs, who didn't have a great debate this year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Good job, CRs.
yeah, good job, CRs, not having a great debate. So they did bring Art Laffer, who created the Art Laffer curve, and he's also been an economic advisor for the Bushes, Reagan, Trump, and probably some other people I'm forgetting. But his speech was interesting, but we had one socialist guy that, tried to like school him on something about wealth inequality and how the top 1% of the 1%, were getting this amount of wealth and all that.
We need to make them pay their fair share.
Yeah, he was one of those type. And he was like trying to school him, and then Art Laffer just like shut him down and shut him up completely. So it was pretty funny. So I saw that. And yesterday, are there any other final thoughts on Campus Clash, by the way, before I transition out?
No.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, because that was our biggest event Turning Point's ever done here. And let's just say next year's going to be bigger and better. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you'll see. You're gonna...
No. We're gonna be working at it though. Like I'm willing to put on my effort, whatever you give me. So.
Oh, anything?
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be on the board next year, so we're going to have a really powerful, strong team next year.
Yeah, you got a good group. You've got a really good group.
Right in the mystery van.
The dragon energy.
Yeah, we got dragon energy next year, and we don't even need the dragon as like Daenerys has. She keeps. Oh, by the way, if anybody's wondering, you probably don't know who I am, what I look like, but people say I look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. So if you hear any Scooby,
Long Scoob.
if you hear any zoiks or mystery van or Scooby Snack or any Scooby Doo reference jabbing at me, that is why.
You're too short to be Shaggy. I'm sorry.
No,
You're
but
like
his
Shaggy
face.
from like the kids
No,
version.
Find a picture of Shaggy online and then compare it face to face. The hair, maybe just straighten the hair, and you'd literally be him, Shaggy.
No, you need to start like. No, you don't look tall enough. Like Shaggy's a tall man.
Hey, I'm tall-ish.
You're not even 6 foot. Get on my
Alex
level.
is calling me short.
I'm taller than you.
Everyone's taller than me.
I know.
I know.
So that's that. Yeah, that's that. We're gonna move on from that and act like you never called me Shaggy.
Okay, Scoop.
I'm not a dog. So last night I went to Lockhaven University to help volunteer for a event where they had Nigel Farage come speak. Yeah, Mr. Brexit himself. And I was really excited about that because Nigel Farage is one of my all-time greats, one of my people I look up to. I've always liked him. My dad loves him a lot. And he's, of course, done what, probably most politicians will never do in their career. He's accomplished more than most people. And he's done it. He started off as a businessman, then went into politics to attain his goal, did it, got out. Very honorable man. Didn't stay around just to get more power. He did what he wanted to do and did it. And, well, it's still hopefully going to happen, but that's because Theresa May is one of the most useless prime ministers in history.
Okay. All right, pause that right here. So my question is, why didn't he just stay in, do the Brexit, then leave? Not just like get the Brexit done on paper and then like leave. What's going on with that?
I think he might have assumed the best.
Well, that's can't assume that with people.
I should have asked that to him at the Q&A, but I didn't. That's a good point, though, and that's why he's contemplating coming back into all this. That's why he's created the Brexit Party, and he's trying to fight to make Brexit actually happen. But
wait, so why is there a Brexit Party and a UKIP? What's the point of that?
UKIP is changing. It's been now you have Paul Joseph Watson, Milo, Count Dankula, Sargon, all now part of it, and they're changing it to be
Third party.
Yeah, third. Oh, England's got that's probably like the 8th party in Britain. They've got so many parties, it's ridiculous. But the Brexit Party's main goal is just to make Brexit happen.
You got so many parties and nobody's having fun. You know
Right?
That's so true.
It's like Penn State's political parties. Well,
Ooh. Best party on campus? I think not.
best part on campus can't even hold like a great debate.
Yeah. No, they can't even hold parties anymore.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
Well, I mean, they don't do them.
Maybe.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, yeah, probably some drama involved with that.
Yeah, so I hear. But, yeah, so since I was a volunteer there, I got to meet and greet Farage. And I knew where he was going to be because we went in that room to eat. And I came down, did my little volunteer work, and then he arrived. And I was switched over to go up there. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to meet Nigel Farage. Yeah, I was geeking out a bit, it was like a little fan moment. But I go up there, and he's just walking around talking to people. He just looks like the most normal person in the world. And I just go up to him. I almost forget what he said, but, I went out to shake his hand, and he's like, hello there, sir. Pleasure to meet you. Very British and proper. He just sounds so happy and nice. He's literally the nicest guy in the world. When you talk to him, he's so nice. And I got a picture with him. I got his autograph. He was just very nice, and then when he speaks, he's super high energy. Such a great natural speaker with a very, like he's one of the speakers that when you hear him talk, like, you kind of just like get sucked in, you get hypnotized, you get locked in, where you just have to sit there and listen to him, and you don't think about anything else because he's just so good, so energetic, and he just keeps just going. Like, you don't sense any like tiring or anything. He's really good. But meeting him was really something special. I remember right when I walked out of it, I was like, oh my god. I was like, ah. What, you think it's adorable or something?
Yeah, it's adorable.
Oh, thank you.
You're excited for once.
For once.
Yeah.
It's not the only time. Because I did get excited at the Don Jr. event when I got to shake Don Jr.'s hand.
Oh, yeah, you got really fanboyish.
Me?
Wait, now,
Yeah.
who gave a firmer handshake?
Ooh. I think they were equally firm. We both, and with Nigel, I did equally firm too. Like, it was properly done.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your hands smell like tea afterwards?
Tea and crumpets?
It probably
Would you like some tea and crumpets?
smelled like beer because Nigel's a big beer drinker.
Well, see, maybe you should start being more like that.
Stop it. Hey, I gave a firm enough handshake, sir.
Put some hair on your chest.
Do you?
I don't need hair on my chest. But yeah, that was just a special occasion. I had to go just for that because literally, when you're one of these, one of your big all-time greats is in the area. It's only 30 minutes away. Like, you gotta take advantage of that. I'm glad I did. That was great. He was just so nice, so pleasant, just wonderful to talk to, and I really enjoyed that. His speech was good as well. Q&A was great as well. But he was just amazing. Loved meeting him. Loved it. I fangirled. I'll admit, I fangirled a bit. Kept the control, but like the picture of me, like, I think you guys have seen it. Like, I look kind of nervous in it because I did get nervous.
What's that little shirt of yours?
All right, do we want to talk about that shirt? Do we want to like settle that once and for all?
Burn it.
Okay, Alex, you pull up that picture of me with Farage
I'm trying to find it. Where is that on?
in the DMs. Just scroll up.
Okay, let me go. Oh, your personal thing. Oh, no, that's not it. 1 second. Aw, you look like so scared, like. Oh.
I
Just like a
I was
jelly.
nervous. Well,
You're like all nervous, like. Oh.
I was not nervous until I saw him in the room, and then that's when I got nervous because I'm like, it's actually him. I mean, I was not nervous because I just met Don Jr. the other day, so it's like it's like that sort of, oh my god, being a famous person kind of went out of me. But then right when I got in there, like, I got a little nervous. But what do you think of the shirt? No bias here. What do you think of my shirt, Alex?
Looks like a polo.
Okay, good.
Like just a generic polo.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Generic.
Like, you can see a little polo guy on there playing
Yeah.
polo. Like,
It's
have
Ralph
you ever actually
Lauren.
thought of that?
Phil,
Like,
you
what
approve of
is
the
involved
shirt?
in,
Huh?
let's
You approve
say
of the shirt?
sport.
Yeah, I like his shirt. It's very high-end Salvation Army. It's very, very.
Yeah.
Just a polo. Like, you go to see this guy and you only wear a polo shirt. Like, you should be in a business suit, man.
Yeah, literally,
Hey, when I met, hey,
literally.
whoa, let's back
Polo
this
shirt
up.
and jeans, meeting Nigel Farage. Wow.
Hey, okay, so I asked
That's
about the
very
dress
shaggy.
code. I asked about the dress code. They said Seven told me casual to business casual. So I went in between, got a polo, got some jeans. I looked pretty
The
cool, pretty
jeans.
hot. Yeah, I didn't pick those up from Salvation Army either.
Might as well.
Mine.
There's like Gabe Newell in the background.
What was that?
There's like Gabe Newell in the background checking his phone.
Yeah, I was a very larger gentleman there. You look like kind of like George R.R. Martin, actually.
I never seen that guy. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's the author of the books. But anyway, so I think the polo looks fine. I wore it to the meeting where I was running for president,
some
and the two
cognitive
people across from me
dissonance right
had a problem with it, even though it was a perfectly fine polo.
Phil,
If
do
you're
you
going
see
to meet
cognitive
your
dissonance
heroes, you
right
should
there?
wear something
That's
like
Real.
It's a little bit of it.
like
Oh
a
yeah,
little bit.
a little bit.
What'd you guys say?
Popping up. Nothing.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
What'd you
Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. that's
I'm
true.
not having cognitive dissonance. It's a nice polo. Alex, is that a nice polo?
it's a polo shirt. It's there's.
It's
if you're
not
gonna-
bad, though.
If I was at work and I went to go meet an executive and I was in a polo shirt, I'd be told to leave.
Notice
Okay.
how he did not say nice at all in that conversation. It was
Alright.
not nice at all. Like there's like it's
You
a
have
polo
to,
shirt.
like,
I mean, I don't
if you're
know.
going
Like,
shopping,
wear a nice shirt.
okay.
Not. I mean,
Alex.
you have to wear business professional if you're
No,
gonna
no,
be
no.
a professional.
The thing is, like, okay, if you're going shopping and you saw that shirt for like, I don't know, 50%, whatever, would you buy it? Would you spend your own money on it?
Oh no, no, it looks like a good shirt, like for a polo, but like you're not supposed to wear a
Yes.
polo at these things.
No, they said I
That's,
could.
You know,
The
it's a
turning.
polo. It's not. It's a generic polo shirt. You look up polo shirt on Google, you will find that shirt.
Okay, the Turning Point people that were helping out the event said that I could wear. They could say I could even wear casual, but I didn't. I went an upgrade. I wore a polo, and they were fine. Other people were wearing polos. Other people that met Farage were not even wearing polos. They were wearing. They were underdressed. One guy had a hoodie on, but
Oh, do you want to be like that guy? You want to be a guy to make an impression so you can be like,
No,
oh,
I
I know that
It
guy.
really looks better than that polo, though.
Hey, I still dressed up nicely, but casually enough. It was a perfect balance, as all things should be. Perfectly balanced.
You dressed, but this choice of that, I don't know, shirt was not a good, choice.
I liked it.
Okay, well.
You just wore like a legit shirt.
Yeah, should have wore like a vote Remain shirt.
Just
No.
Just get a normal
no, you
shirt
should
with
have wore,
buttons.
you should have wore a business suit.
I don't have a suit.
You
better take you
you like
better
start
take
on
your
Good
booty to
Men's Warehouse
Men's
and buy
Warehouse and get one.
Well, you saw for the Don Jr. for the Campus Clash photo, I wore a blazer and khakis.
Yeah, you should have wore that.
Yeah.
I considered it, but I didn't need to. Nobody else was wearing that.
Oh, bah humbug.
Oh, humbug.
Hey, I dressed nicely. The only reason, like that picture, I also looked a little nervous was because she took it so quickly. Like I had just gotten into position. I just started smiling.
You got in the position.
Got in a position for Nigel Farage.
Yeah, I was like, come here, Nigel. And I got in position, and she took the picture. Like, she took two, and the first one is, like, right when we were getting into position. Then the second one was, like, when we were in position. But I like it. I love it. It was
We're on the
great.
radio. No one's going to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. I can't visualize this since this is the, like,
It
literally...
is a generic striped polo shirt. It is pretty
It's
generic.
gray with blue stripes, and it looks cool.
It's kind of weird looking. I don't know.
You look weird.
It's
I
a basic
know.
polo shirt. I've worn those shirts. I've seen those shirts. It's a generic polo that's striped.
So there's nothing
There we
wrong
go.
with it. It is non-offensive.
No. It's not offensive, but it's not for that use.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree on the polo usage. But hey, that polo got me TP president.
Did it now?
Or the people that voted for you got you TP.
Yeah.
Maybe,
It's
but that's a
possible.
minor detail. I'm
When
crapping
you
on the
get into
voters
a
now.
business, you have to go and wear a suit and tie for important.
I know. I'm getting one over the summer, so I'll be able to wear. Oh, you guys will see me in
No,
a suit next year.
Aw.
You need to get that now. You need to get that like when you're done here, run off to Men's Warehouse, be like, yo, boss, I need a suit. You even go to like the Salvation Army. I'm sure they have suits over there.
Yeah, they probably do. That's where you go, right?
Oh no, it's not. Are you making fun of poor people?
No, we're not. We're just making fun of your choices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Dude,
how it is.
I love the thrift store. That's like my favorite place to be. I'm not even poor. I just love it. I love saving money. I spend on stuff I like to spend it on.
That's fair. But
But you got a job. You can afford a suit.
yeah, I technically do have a job.
A suit will pay you dividends more than anything.
Will it?
Yeah, because if you try to go to you try to apply for a job in that polo, ain't gonna happen.
No.
Unless you're working at like Walmart.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex.
I know what to wear for jobs and job interviews and stuff like that. But was I at a job interview? No. Was I at a job? No. I was at a meet and
What
greet.
if he was like, oh, I need someone to go and work for my company, my Nigel Farage internet company or something.
What
I need
if
to
he
go and find a job."
wasn't? Like he kind of wasn't.
What if he was like, oh, you look so nice in that suit. I need a campaign manager.
Oh, right. He's just going to pick random old me as a campaign manager, not somebody that's experienced, that's done campaigns. And, I don't know, is British.
Hello.
Well, maybe he wants to go and spread your stuff to America.
I
It's
don't
like, maybe I want to do speaking to America. Maybe I need to go and like, get someone who can do it. And I can't go and trust someone wearing a polo shirt.
No, I literally cannot. I'm like, this kid looks inexperienced. What am I doing? This polo shirt
21
doesn't even
years.
look nice. Yeah, 21 years, and then this is what you come up with. Wow. Wow.
You make a good impression. Bam. Just
Yeah, bam, right there.
Yeah.
big bang. Just be like, wow, this guy's so cool. Like,
I know.
I need to go and hire him right now. You know what job I'm going to hire him for? It's going to be hired.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. For details and a copy of the transcript of today's broadcast, email officers at theline.fm or write to the Line 9.7 FM 125 Hub Robinson Center, University Park, PA 16802. That was the best time burp in the world, and I have fulfilled all my legal obligations.
I actually wasn't expecting that to be on when I did that.
You know, you should have farted.
Yeah, but then the mic wouldn't have picked it up as well.
No.
Oh, true.
Unless, you know, you got a little creative with them.
You got
What was that, Alex?
You could have put his buttocks to the microphone.
We could have, but we decided not to.
I got shot right in the buttocks.
Imagine being like a farting station.
Oh my God.
Whoa there.
I've got really bad gas. Oh my goodness. I can't control myself.
Very, very highbrow humor over in this.
Yes, as you can tell, we are over the age of 18.
Yep.
Franks and beans.
Some of us are 21.
Yeah, me, not you. Oof.
21 years, Sean. 21.
Yes, don't remind me.
Someone's exercising his 21-year-old authorities.
Ooh.
Oh.
But boom.
Yeah, I'm good at that. El Presidente tells La Secretaire to do my bidding.
Secretary cries. Ew.
Yeah.
All right, that's 2 out of
A
5
little bit
here.
of mustard on that one.
Back in my days, we farted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can do both.
Oh, I'm
nice.
sure you can. Probably do them at the same time, too.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Well, see, when I was a kid, we always had these rumors like if you burp and you fart at the same time, you'd like get a heart attack or something. I don't think that's
Yes.
Let's try that.
I know.
Has anybody ever done that? Have any of you done that? Burped and
I've done
fart
that.
at the same time?
Everyone's done it probably once.
Wow.
Like burp, you fart, and you sneeze. So that's you get a lot of points for that. That's a lot of triggering going on. You'd think you'd be a Democratic Socialist club over here.
Oh, darn.
Sassafras.
Gosh darn it.
Oh, crap. So, the only news story I actually have before we get into some reviewing of TV and movies is that Joe Biden has announced his 2020 run, and he did so in a video announcement where he literally did the dumbest video announcement I think any presidential candidate could ever do. He spent the entire time talking about Charlottesville, Trump, and Charlottesville. And he tried to associate Trump with Charlottesville, but all he did was associate himself with Charlottesville, which made no sense to me. It was completely dumb. Kamala Harris is still going to be the nominee. She's already been handpicked by the media and the DNC. They just got to brainwash a bunch of people into supporting her, or manipulate people as they tried to do with the media and all that stuff. So, which both sides do, by the way. But we now are gonna see how this plays out. But I think it was a terrible campaign announcement video. Did you guys? We watched at the meeting. I don't know if you guys were paying attention.
Oh, no, I was paying attention, though. I'm like, why are you using the Charlottesville? Can we, move on from that? That was, kind of embarrassing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, why are you,
A lot of people on
run-
both sides.
Yeah. But,
Pretty embarrassed.
why
Well,
is he running?
He was spreading the fine people fake news of Trump saying that there were fine people on both sides and that he was calling the Nazis fine people, but he never said that. He clearly said in his press conference that in the statue protest, people protesting the statue, there were fine people on both sides, and then he condemned the Nazis and said those were bad people, and then said the Antifa were bad people. But nobody in the media said that. They just went, oh, everybody that's on the other side just fighting the fascists. On the other side, it's just all fascists. But that wasn't the case at all. If anybody actually looked at the footage and looked at who was there were people that were Nazi skinheads.
What?
When dealing with these situations, Joe Biden likes to get hands-on.
Yeah. He has a very hands-on approach.
Yes.
But yeah, if you looked at that group, like on the one side you had Nazis, you had fascists, racists, alt-right, just mean, evil, terrible people. But then you also had people that were protesting to keep the statue because they didn't want it removed for historical reasons or whatever reasons they want to keep it. And then on the other side, you had Antifa, you had people with clubs, you had people with, that were punching people, and you had those were bad people too. And you had people that were peacefully protesting that were, just like peacefully protesting on the other side that were peacefully protesting to keep the statue there that weren't in the Nazi group. I have to make that super clear, but you had that, but he spreads the myth of that. Trump was calling the Nazis fine people. It was just a terrible video. I hate it. It was awful. From an ad perspective,
Biden
I
has
hate
a
it.
good chance in the current year.
What was that?
Current year.
Yeah, no, seriously, like, he's a straight white man who has had Me Too allegation sort of things against him. He's got no chance. Not when there is not when there's women who are not white who are running against him. We do not have these allegations against him.
Right.
But you do got to admit, though, he has a nose for politics.
Okay, speaking of like Joe Biden, have you seen him when he was young?
I knew you were going to say that. That's what you were doing. You were watching the video. He is not hot. I'm sorry, he's not.
I don't know, actually.
Nah, dude, Trump is the stud over here.
No. Okay,
Biden.
who's the girl here? I'm the girl. I know my judgment.
Biden is the soy boy. Trump could get with, like, anyone if he wanted to.
The Chad Trump.
When he got that type of money, who's going to say no?
No, I don't know. Joe Biden looks sweet, though. It's like, oh, such a sweet guy.
He's a sweet uncle who goes and, like, sniffs girls, like, shoulder.
Well, no, when he was young, he can probably get away with it, but, like, now he can't.
Well, he's been doing it when he's old,
Yeah, they call
too.
that.
It's just, like,
they call that
really
the 50s.
unfair to be, like, hiding the cousins from him, like, don't hang around Uncle Joe. Like, he's a creepy old man.
Oh, yeah, no, nowadays he is, but, like, when he was younger, though, I'm like, maybe I'll let him do that, too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he probably just never grew up.
Like, get over here. Let me get a
I'm
sniff.
like, yeah, sure.
Oh, my God.
He'll let slide when he was only in his 20s.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, like, I'd go to Gulag for Joseph Stalin when he was young.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me get over here. Let me smell your scalp.
What a product do you use?
I want to try some.
I just think Joe Biden, like Alex just said, does not have a chance at all because he is not fitting the checklist for the current, year 2019 Democratic platform. They're looking for a woman. They're looking for someone who's going to be more progressive.
Tulsi 2020.
Oh, God. Okay, can I have a rant for a second here?
Yeah, sure.
Why do the libertarians, they go, oh, my principles are like...
Foreign affairs.
It's the only policy. She has like 50 others.
Well, hey, I'm sorry. We have some hope for the Democratic Party. Some of us do.
Oh, God. I got in an argument with a particular person that grouped me about this. It says, well, if the Democrats want to, their best chance against Trump is Tulsi Gabbard. That's literally the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. Other than that Rand Paul is the best, candidate. That's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
Well, look, the only thing...
If they didn't throw Biden's name through, like, the garbage disposal, he probably would have been their best choice.
Honestly,
but he's
yeah.
already given him enough where he's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to make it through the primary. But if right after Obama, if that's who they ran, yeah he probably would have won.
Yeah, I know. If they ran him against Trump, I would have been very nervous. But I think Trump still could have won, but it would have been a lot tighter and a lot harder.
What you eating there?
I'm tired and hard. Yeah, what are you eating tonight?
I'm eating a bowl of Apple Jacks.
I'm eating some keto-friendly stir fry.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, wow. You know what I'm
Sounds
craving
healthy.
right now? I'm
Sounds
craving,
very
like,
healthy.
for some hot pot. Hot pot's really nice.
Hot pot?
Yeah, I
I
love
thought hot
pot.
pie from Game of Thrones.
No, hot pot.
Hot pockets.
Hot pot.
Hot pots are really nice.
Oh.
Like I would like them order their beef and like you'd put in like the pot, it'll boil and you take it out, make your own sauces. Oh my god, so good. It's so
Dude, I like
good.
that Chick-fil-A sauce.
What?
It's like the best condiment ever made. And I love ketchup formerly, but Chick-fil-A sauce all the way.
It's good and all, but like sometimes I like a little bit of other than American food, just
America's the best food.
Yes.
Debatably.
Yes,
no,
it
no,
is.
Nah,
All
nah,
that juicy
nah.
pork and bacon.
Nah.
Oh, I love that.
Nah, it's
I
so
don't know.
unhealthy.
German food's pretty good too. If you ever had that,
What?
I'm sad they got rid of that Austrian bistro down there. That place was pretty cool. The guy would like yell at you if you didn't go and like if you doggy bag. He was not a fan of that. He was pretty cool in my.
Yeah. But as I was saying, until we got sidetracked by food, because somebody's thinking with their stomach, Tulsi Gabbard, okay, the only two things she has going for her is that, one, she has an anti-interventionist foreign policy, which is nothing new, and she's good looking. Those are the only two things she has going for her. Everything else, she is,
We need a fresh face.
oh, God.
What can I say?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. She has no persuasion skills, no communication skills, no marketing skills, no
Of course, the
charisma.
market skills come up.
You don't need skills when you're good looking. I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You do. Well,
Not okay.
you don't
to
need
a
them as
certain
much.
point. You don't need them as much, but you can get away with it.
But here's the thing. Like, I've watched her in videos. I forget everything she says in every video she's ever spoken in. With Trump,
Must
you
be because
remember
you're
everything.
right now. You don't pay attention to the female form.
Oh yeah, must be some internalized racism and misogyny. I forgot to bring the sound effect thing. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Was
should
there
have
like
brought
a
that.
fart button or something?
Yeah, there was like a
Oh
fart
my
button.
god.
Yeah, you.
Wrong.
Yeah, if I gave that to you, you would just not stop playing with it.
No.
But yeah, she has no hope, no chance. The Democrats don't even support her, and the biggest problem also is her policy positions make both sides hate her. And if you and she's almost trying to appeal to both sides, and that's when nobody wants to support you. When you try to appeal to everybody, you appeal to nobody, and that's what she does so well at. And I just, because I'm seeing like with the Rand people, what's happening to Tulsi. You get this little culty fan base that thinks she's gonna win. They go, oh my God, she's the greatest thing ever in the world, and they think because she's right on everything, oh, she must win. She is the next, big thing. No, that means nothing. If you cannot package your ideas effectively, it doesn't matter what those ideas are, because you can package the most awful, stupidest, most horrible ideas ever, but if it's packaged well, it will sell.
Well, that's spoken from a marketing major.
Yep.
That seems a little biased to me.
Okay, it is biased, but am I wrong? That's a no. Jesus, can we have a burp counter next time? But yeah, see, like Tulsi Gabbard, I do not get excited for a second, and I disagree with her on multiple things. I just think libertarians are being libertarians, and they're going, oh, we found somebody's anti-interventionist. Okay, well, what else does she have? Does she think taxes should be lowered? No. Does she think we should decrease immigration? No. All right, what do you, like, you guys don't make sense to me.
There's Yang Gang.
Oh, God, another thing that doesn't make sense to me. This whole accelerationism theory that, oh, we're all going in the crapper.
Accelerationism works.
No, it
joking,
doesn't.
Hey, he's applying.
Yes, it does. Look what happened in New Zealand. That accelerationism just passed gun laws. Like I hate accelerationism, but you can't say it's not effective.
Well, I don't think that's the result of accelerationism. That's the result of.
Oh no! If that guy didn't do that, they'd still have assault weapons today. Accelerationism works. And that's a scary thing.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's accelerationism or just if you commit it. No, because imagine.
He specifically said it is accelerationism.
I know that's what. Yes, but here's the thing. What if they had any other mass shooting and it was a guy that killed a lot of people? They would still have banned those guns, probably.
Well, you knew what he was doing. I mean, that's a scary thing.
Yeah, I mean, it can be scary, but like,
ideology.
But there's people that
And that's
seriously.
exactly
What?
Well, that's exactly what an accelerationism is. It is a meme. That guy's manifesto. Nothing but memes and like racist crap on. And it worked. And that's the scary thing. It showed us that it worked. If they would have been like, no, we're not going to take this acceleration and ideology seriously, so we don't promote more of this stuff, then they would have said no. But no, it worked. He got exactly what he wanted. And, well,
because
those new gun laws for him.
I've noticed that a bunch of alt-right people have started going behind Yang, and it doesn't make any sense because these are the people that, are super hard-line, anti-immigration, legal and illegal. But Yang is literally pro-immigration as it gets, legally.
He is that's accelerating it. You're accelerating like your car into a brick wall. That's exactly what the ideology is based on.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, it's really stupid.
Well, yeah, you have to understand this, childish ideology. It's effective, but it's effective at waking people up. That's exactly what it is. That's what they want to do.
Well, you
so
know why
if you
people
put
voted
a
Bernie.
boiling pot, they're not going to notice they're being boiled. But if you throw a frog in like a thing of like hot oil, they're going to know right quick that they're being boiled alive, and they're going to jump out. And that's the idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that, but like, I just don't like. I understand why these people are doing this, but at the same time, I don't. Do they just think there's no hope, and that's why they're going this way? Because it goes totally against what they fundamentally believe.
Yes, they believe there's no hope. That's the whole idea behind it. They have no hope that unless we have just a crazy event like a spark, that people are just going to sit there and let things happen, and they're hoping for a violent revolution. That's basically what the ideology is. Maybe if people like this giant jolt happens, maybe it'll spark the fire in the combustion engine, and they'll just start going forward. That's their ideology in a nutshell.
Movie review. Avengers Endgame. This is a big blockbuster that every nerd, geek, incel, I repeat myself, came out to. What?
What are you talking about, Jesus?
What?
I was hearing this like incel nerd geek. Oof.
Yeah, well, am I wrong?
Yes.
Huh?
Well,
The
actually,
Avengers movie was very exceptional.
I'm kidding. No, because like I went to it too, and I'm none of. Oh wait, no, I'm kind of a geek.
You're a half incel.
Half. No explanation for that. Okay,
No.
we'll throw that one out. What was that?
You're not an incel anymore, but you're getting pretty close.
I never was.
Okay.
That's the okay that I was trying to tell you that
Okay.
Alex will do where he goes, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we went, all three of us here, to the 10 p.m. Premiere showing of Avengers Endgame. And I'm just going to put a disclaimer out there. I'm not a Marvel fan by any means. My thoughts about Marvel that they're all cookie cutter movies. They're all the same, have a charismatic, wisecracking hero with that punches bad people or does something to bad people and wins in the end, unsurprisingly. And they're all kind of the same movies, and they're just all literally the same in every little way imaginable, that they have sort of a formula down. But I've always just trying to give these films the benefit of the doubt. I really like the first Iron Man. I like Doctor Strange, partially because I like Benedict Cumberbatch. What other ones did I like? There were some other ones that's not coming to mind.
Spider-Man Homecoming was all right.
I like Spider-Man Homecoming. That was very fun and enjoyable. That one was more different. That's why I liked it. When they do more different things, I like it. I liked Into the Spider-Verse, but that was kind of Marvel. But this movie, I kind of liked it, but I kind of walked out like, meh. Like, I thought Infinity War, when I walked out Infinity War, I was surprised they did what they did, but I immediately thought none of this matters. They're going to reverse all this. And that's literally what this movie did. And it also changed events in past movies, which kind of means that all those other movies don't kind of matter in a way. I thought there was a good final battle that was big, lots of stuff going on, which is kind of a good and a bad thing, honestly. The problem I noticed with a lot of Marvel movies, and this movie in particular, is that when there are dialogue scenes, it's all exposition. They're always explaining stuff. Like, there's this cube that does this thing, we're going to do that to do this. Like, that's all the dialogue is. And there's a few moments where it is emotional or character building, but most of it's expositional, and that's just, it kind of bores me. And the whole movie was pretty predictable. I figured they would go back and do some, revisionist history, basically, to stop Thanos before the snap, and that's basically what they did. And there were some unpredictable things, but, like, even when I knew when some stuff would happen, like when that scene came on and they had to do certain things, I knew who would die or who would do this. So it was pretty predictable, and it was too long. It's 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I fell asleep like through a good portion of
Yeah,
it.
you
And,
did.
like, I felt like I didn't miss much. I woke up and be like, is this still going on?
Yeah, and I love long movies. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love Lawrence of Arabia. That's a 3.5 hour movie. I love that movie. I love Blade Runner 2049. That's 2 hours and 45 minutes. Love that movie. I love Lord of the Rings. Those are all well over 3 hours. I love 2001: Space Odyssey, which is like, I think 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but it feels a lot longer. So I love long movies.
Movies are good and all, but have you tried reading?
Have you tried reading?
Have you tried staring at a wall for hours at a time?
Great.
It's fantastic.
It's more interesting than Endgame. I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ask you what. Look. So
This is non-spoilers, by the way, for now.
right. So when you look at when you think of a superhero movie, a good one for me is like a superhero that is like superhuman, but that has that flaw that could like really do him in,
That
like
conflict.
like Superman has the kryptonite, and Batman has, or when he doesn't have all
He
those
has his
cool rich gadgets.
Batman's not even a real superhero. He's not super. He doesn't have any superpowers.
I threw that as a joke. You caught it.
But still,
but like, yeah. So yeah, you would say you venture to say that that's like a good superhero for like a storyline or a movie, whatever, right? I'm assuming,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So here, let me add like because you've seen the last. Well, what's Captain Marvel's weakness?
I think that silence
Being
answers it.
exciting.
What is it? What is it? Like I'm saying, like, you're like,
And the other thing is, why didn't they use her more in this? She's like invincible, but she just pops up when we need her because the plot requires it.
yeah, her storyline made
They should
zero
have Captain
sense.
Marvel fight that new like Jedi person from the new Star Wars movies and just see how that happens. Because they're both extremely strong women who can't be destroyed.
Strong whammon. Oh, you mean Ray? Yeah, they're both like Mary Sue's. Oh, that was the other thing in this movie. Did you guys notice in the final battle when like everybody was getting punched down, but then like I think it was one of the female characters gets like punched down, and then literally every female superheroes there all came together, and then the women were
Wham
kicking
and power.
butt. Yeah, it was like a wham and power scene. I was like, oh my god, this is so forced. Like, it just felt so forced.
I'm like, why did all the women get together in this one specific corner?
Yeah, in this massive battle.
Yeah, it's like, guys, let's get over there now.
Yeah.
All the women.
Did you like the film, Phil?
I liked it. I think I think without Captain Marvel, it would have been even better because
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of storyline does she put in this movie?
She's really doesn't need to be in this movie.
No, she really doesn't.
And that's the other. This is okay. We're gonna go into spoilers right now, everybody. So spoilers.
Iron Man dies.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa.
Well, I already said so. Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about Iron Man because at the beginning of the movie, in the trailers they show Iron Man in space, and he's all stranded. He's lost in space. Who just
Just finds
fights him in space. Space is like big. It's really big, as they say in Hitchhiker's Guide. It's really, really big. It's huge. And Captain Marvel is just flying around, and she goes, "Oh, look, a spaceship. Oh, who's in here? Oh, it's Tony Stark. I should save him." I'm like, that's the biggest like plot convenience I think I've ever seen since Breaking Bad's like teddy bear, like plane crash, like plot convenience.
Don't spoil that for me. I'm watching that now.
Oops. Hey, you spoiled Last Jedi for me.
Last Jedi was a terrible movie. Why would you even see that?
Walter White dies in the end.
Or does he?
I have no care for Marvel movies at this point. Like, I was so disappointed.
Yeah, well, he's my favorite character too.
Oh yeah, he's the only good one, and like probably one of the only good superheroes there, except for like Spider-Man, like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And then Captain Marvel cuts her hair. What the heck's up with that?
Yeah,
like, it's like really
trying to be
it's
edgy,
very, like edgy and like
feminist. Yeah,
like so like what was that? Like oh my.
She's like, I'm an edgy feminist. Yeah.
That's why I prefer DC over
I
Marvel.
do.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, but like Batman and Joker, yeet.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like I did not like the Suicide Squad movie.
That was a piece of crap.
Yeah,
But The Dark Knight is one of the greatest superhero movies ever created.
yeah.
Changed my mind.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time, actually. But I've said that many times in this show, so I won't rant about how those are better films, but I'll focus on this
They
film.
kind of are, but okay, continue.
Stop touching me.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm sorry that we spoiled that, Alex, for you. But yes, Iron Man does die.
I don't care for this movie. You know, I've watched the Infinity War. Wasn't impressed with that. So I mean, this is.
Oh, so you don't
really
care about the
hard.
spoiler?
No, I don't care about the spoiler. I cared more about the Breaking Bad one because I'm actually watching that.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Well, oh, wow, you spoiled that. Are you watching that right now?
Okay, he doesn't die. According to Phil, he supposedly dies.
Yeah, well, what season are you on?
I'm on like season 2.
Okay, that's what the
Oh.
preposterous teddy bear thing. That is literally the most preposterous thing I've ever seen. And I like Breaking Bad a lot. Like, it's a really well done show. But that
Okay,
thing,
I don't need to hear of the.
I know,
teddy bear
I'm not
nonsense.
gonna
I know
s-
it's like
Hey,
a
can I have
20-year-old
some of your
series,
bubble
but
tea?
like.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Give me some of your bubble tea.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Dumbledore, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but when you see it,
no.
it's the most preposterous thing that show's ever done. But season 3 is amazing of that show. That's when that show goes to another level. Season 3 and season 4 is pretty good, but it's a little depressing at times for me because it's like I won't spoil it, but season 5 is amazing. But yeah, Breaking Bad I'll talk about a lot when you finish because I like that show. But Endgame, I just wasn't impressed that much. And then the end of it. It literally has more endings than Return of the King. It's just like, why won't this thing end? It's like, oh, we gotta show the funeral of Tony Stark. Oh, we gotta show Captain America giving his shield to what's the guy with the wings? Falcon. Oh, we gotta show Captain America. You know the African American guy with the that flies around as a superhero that has
like how
wings.
and how didn't like never mind. I'm not even gonna. I think we've done enough spoilers. I think we did enough spoilers for.
No, you
today.
can spoil it. What is it? We're in the spoiler section.
Was
No.
Sack Shock making an appearance?
Okay, so when Captain America goes back into the past, how is there not more of a butterfly effect? Like he goes back into the past, hooks up with the whatever. How is there not a butterfly effect? More of a butterfly effect.
What do you mean by that exactly?
Like they just like he went back into the past, missed it, and then just lived a complete life. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like how does nothing else change?
yeah.
Literally, like nothing else changed. The only thing that happened is he's just sitting there old. Like nothing. How is there not more changed? Like because you're freaking you're like living with the person and like you married the person and like there's so many things like everything should have changed. Like the whole lot should have changed. And you're still Captain America, which means you're kind of sort of superhuman, right?
Yeah.
But like so how was it more time? Like I'm good. It confuses me the logic that they or the lack thereof that
Yeah.
was put into the storyline.
That's the problem with time travel is whenever they introduce that in film, it just there's so many plot holes that open up. Like Harry Potter has that problem too. And I love Harry Potter, but when they bring in that time turner, literally you could
and they did a real terrible job of explaining time travel too. Like they did a terrible job of explaining.
Well, here's my thoughts. You know, I just rewatched Harry Potter. Why didn't they just use a time turner when Snape kills Dumbledore and just
exactly.
I have a question.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense in plot device.
Oh God, but for real, does time even exist, or do we just make up the concept? I'm just stop. I just stop.
Yes, you should.
I know.
It's okay. Time is real, but
No,
it's
time's not real.
Whoa.
I don't think it's real. It's just we just kind of created the concept in order to keeping track of
Okay, but
stuff.
if we keep, if there's a past and a future, there's time, right?
No, not really. Those things.
Well,
are just
time
happening.
is just like a giant checklist of a second things happening. It's just like a linear checklist of that.
In a way, it kind of is, but I feel like time doesn't really exist. It's kind of like a big chess table, though. Like things are just happening, Our cells are just, changing. It's
Are we Joe Rogan now?
maybe.
Oh, speaking of Joe Rogan, I don't know if you saw this, Dr. Phil, but
Dr. Phil.
Dictator.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Let's talk about that after the reviews, so we can cut this in a clip.
Gucci.
I'm waiting for Alex.
Gucci.
Yeah, we'll bring that up too after this, Alex. Because I want to make sure we have these in segments here. The only last thing I will say is that another problem I have with Marvel movies is that you don't really know what any of these superheroes' powers are, so you don't know the limits of their capabilities. Because at one point, Captain America can apparently now use Thor's hammer. Since when was anybody except Thor allowed to use the hammer? That makes no sense to me. You don't have any explanation?
I just thought of a random thought. Like the people listening to this thing are gonna probably hate us.
Yeah, I know.
Royally.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, you can change the
no
station.
man except Thor can use it.
Oh
so
yeah,
she's a woman.
sure that'll go
That's-
along well with the top brass. Just change the station.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm fired. Oh, sorry.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Fired.
So you had that, and the movie is very, like I said, predictable. That I lost some interest, and it's, I don't get excited for these Marvel because people in our theater were geeking out when stuff some character would do one move and they'd be like, oh my god,
No, literally. That's
Oh
what
my
they
god,
did.
it's going to happen.
and I was just like, I don't get what's so
But it
special.
was cool. I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong. It was kind of cool. When you're like, oh my god, Captain America.
Oh yeah, it was cool when he was just beating him down.
Yeah, and it was cool
But-
when you saw all the armies morph up and
That was
come
cool.
together.
Yeah,
That was cool. But yeah.
No, they messed up the fighting scene, not gonna lie. The fighting scene was way too long, dry. All the women were on one side when they're just trying to do their whole female power thing. And the ending, oh my god. I'm just let them die, just show them the funeral scene and then just cut it from there.
But then they had to have the camera go,
Yeah.
let's look at, here's Black Panther, and it kept moving.
Yeah,
Here's Pepper
exactly.
Potts, here's all these characters. It just kept going
Yeah,
and
exactly.
going
It
and
was
going.
family, be like, I love you, mom and sister. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm just do the funeral and maybe one or two other thing, and that's it. Cut it and call it a night. It was
Call Tony Stark's funeral at night.
It was pretty big. It was pretty packed. It was
It is
pretty packed.
But I think they could have cut some of the fat because Infinity War, on a second viewing, the first viewing, I was not bored with it, but on the second viewing, that whole middle of Infinity War is just dry and just kind of. I know you didn't like on your first.
I did not, honestly.
Well, and the problem is a lot of these action scenes lack emotion in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
When you watch, I always have to go back to Dark Knight. When you see Batman in that scene when they're in Chicago, technically, but Gotham, when he's under the tunnel going after Joker and he's in the semi truck and he's just firing him, it just feels so real and more. That there's stakes here. That Batman could die. I mean, he probably won't, but we find out later in the films, this is late, 10
Does he
years
die
later,
or not?
spoilers. What?
Does he die or no?
No. That Rachel dies. Like, that is some, like, whoa. Like, I didn't expect that to happen. And I saw the movie. I was shocked they actually killed her. But, like, there are stakes here. People die. And, you know, it just feels more believable. I mean, that's the problem when you have just a lot of these characters with glowy stuff and powers that you don't understand, is that there's no stakes.
They have their own character, like their own personality. Each of them have their own personality. Like Joker would have his own personality. This one villain, the Penguin, would have their own personality. Harley would have her own personality. Really loved through everyone. But no, everyone in like Marvel, like everyone's just pretty much the same to me. Like the Raccoon and Thor are like almost the same with their personality traits.
Yeah. And I mean, this is just a very special case with the Joker, but the Joker is one of the greatest villains ever created, I think, because he's not like a normal villain where he wants money, wants power, wants something tangible. He just wants to watch the world burn. He doesn't care. You can't. How do you stop that? And that's what makes that so compelling. Like when they're in that interrogation scene and he's just like beating at Joker and like trying to get, he's like, where are they?
I love how they add like psychology into like the Joker. Like they really, it's like that movie's like very like psych heavy too.
Oh,
so
it
it
is.
makes you like really think.
You know how he like licks his lips a lot?
Yeah.
Licks his lips a lot? It's a little tongue twister or lip twister.
Under.
Heath Ledger did that because when he was studying people that had mental problems, that was one of the things they would do. So he did that to make the Joker seem more crazy.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, the actors have to like train themselves. Like have to put themselves through like some conditions. Speaking of which, there was like a movie like based off the Joker. It's literally called Joker, I think.
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Yeah. I'll watch it.
I'll watch it, but you can't top Heath Ledger.
No one can. But at the same time, he died and
he kind of did.
Yeah,
It's so tragic, but
it's just life.
amazing movie. But
but the actor looks promising, so I'd watch it.
I'll watch it.
I just have a soft spot for the Joker, but
I mean, I love the Joker. The problem is the most interesting part, or not the most interesting part. One of the interesting parts about the Joker is that you do not know his backstory. You do not know what this guy's name is, where he came from, what he used to do. He just shows up.
Yep.
And that builds a mystique. And that's a powerful effect. But when you do an entire movie on a Joker origin story, you really ruin the character.
We're about to find out, to be honest. Like right now, it's just so unknown. Like it's been like how many years and no one know about his background. But
but you should never know. That's the thing. And this movie just says, "Oh, we're gonna explain where the Joker came from."
It's like a bit,
I'm like, why?
It's a little risk taking, but the thing is, like, we'll find out. Like if they're able to like somehow like nail the movie with his backstory,
it's really
then
hard.
fine.
Because you remove the mystique.
Yeah, you kind of do. It's kind of like a mask reveal. Like we're about to like see what's gonna go.
Like
happen.
in Scooby.
Yeah, literally.
I'm sure that like some 500-pound comic book geek knows exactly where like the Joker came from.
Yeah,
like, it's probably been the.
Well, there has been, I think, but like the whole idea of his character in the movies and a lot of the comics is that you do not know his origin. That's what's so interesting.
Maybe the movie might not actually reveal his true origins. Like it might leave us more of as a mystique. You never.
That
know.
would be smart, but I don't know how you do that because they show him when before he has the makeup on. But then when he gets, and they kind of show you in the trailer how he becomes a Joker.
Kind of in a way, but maybe there's like one part missing though that'll like cause more, an outrage.
Yeah,
there could be though, but like this movie is like definitely either hit or miss.
Yeah, that's true. There's no in between. It's a hit or miss.
Hit or miss. So they're playing the fields right now.
Last thing I'll say, now I gotta move on to Game of Thrones, so we'll move on to Alex's final thing. I say Game of Thrones, you go ugh. Is another great example of a movie that does superheroes well as The Incredibles. One of my other all-time favorite movies because they make a not only great and compelling superhero, multiple superheroes, they have a great villain. And, unlike, Marvel started to do this like with Black Panther, but in The Incredibles, the villain syndrome is relatable, understandable, and you get where he's coming from. Shush. You get where this guy's coming from because he tried.
Shush boy.
He tried to be. What'd you say?
Shush boy.
Shush boy. He tried to befriend Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible rejects him, and so he goes on this whole revenge thing. And you kind of get where he's coming from. He's wrong. He's kind of a jerk, but you get where he's coming from. That makes it interesting, compelling. And Mr. Incredible and all the other Incredibles have all interesting family dynamics, and it's much more of an interesting movie than anything Marvel puts on. But that's another great example for you guys to check out.
I got to say something real quick.
Sure.
Real quick. If we were going in the movie theater and I was going to get concessions and the person in front of me right? Or the couple in front of me, they were like older. They were trying to get like they were asking. Now, no, this was a line super long because
Yeah,
it was
a
Avengers.
long
It was
line.
the Avengers.
Out
So
the
there's
door.
long movie lines, long concession lines.
You were there. You saw it.
I was like, and I had this old couple in front of me, and they were going up to we finally get up to the concession individual, and it was like, so how much is that? How much more is the tub versus the? I'm like,
Oh my
oh my
God.
god! And then when
movie was
they were
starting.
debating, she was debating it for a couple minutes before finally he's like, well, I guess. Let me dig in my purse and find a quarter so I can help pay for this. I'm like, you're a jerk. All right, I'm sorry, you're a jerk.
You're a piece of crap.
You're a jerk. I'm sorry, you're a jerk. If you you know that people are looking to go in and you're already burning time debating, like fiddling around with your little coin purse trying to
Yeah.
pay for the popcorn, right? Get a credit card like everybody else, pay for your stuff, and get the heck in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Boomers, man. What are you gonna do?
I was stunned. I'm like, what? I immediately I was like, as she was digging through her corn purse, I'm like, look, can you just take my order a while? Look, large
Yeah.
Butterfingers. Let's get out of the way.
And that
right
made
now.
you late to the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pissed me off. But all right, real quick, we're gonna do Game of Thrones review of episode 2
Okay, bye.
of season 8. Yeah, you can go to sleep now.
Okay, bye.
Bye. We'll be back soon to talk about Alex's topic. Don't worry. But Game of Thrones episode 2 review. What'd you think?
I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, this was the calm before the storm episode where everybody's, doing their last little goodbyes in case they die in the Battle of Winterfell. Oh, there were some big moments between some characters. The Brienne getting knighted scene was the best scene in the
That was
episode.
cool.
That was really cool.
I really liked it.
Not only does it, possibly complete her arc, but also possibly completes Jaime's character arc. Jaime has gone from this totally different character than he is now. And this just shows that he is now just completely from being the biggest knight in the world and the Kingslayer, the jerk that everybody hates, to now where he is here. It's completely morphed him, and it's amazing. Arya, I assumed in the first episode that she had the hots for Gendry. Didn't think she'd go that far, but she did, and it makes sense. But I have a bad feeling that next episode, tomorrow night, a lot of characters are going to die. A lot of main big characters. Who do you think's going to die?
Well, it's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, anybody's up for grabs.
I think Bran could die.
I think Bran could die too. I think Brienne will die, and I think somebody else might die. I think you're gonna see at least 3 or 4 main characters die, and I think Winterfell might fall in this episode, or as one person at TP was saying, that they could defeat the Ice King or Night King here. Arya will defeat the Night King. The dead will be killed. Oh, J-Bear might die too. I think J-Bear's gonna die, and then the last 3 episodes are Jon versus Daenerys. Because she has realized that Jon's now the rightful heir to the throne, the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
But she's not going to give it up. And I don't know how he's going to take that because he might be afraid of her being like her father. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. And they haven't shown any footage past these 3 episodes. So I think the dead actually could be wiped out here. And they'll be back to the whole Jon versus Daenerys.
Well, they're going to have to deal with Cersei. They're definitely going to have to deal with Cersei. I think that's going to be an episode or 2.
Unless she dies from a pregnancy. That's what our friend was predicting, that she would have a pregnancy that would kill her. And that's possible. I think that might actually be how she dies. It makes sense.
Possible, but I don't think like you're gonna have 8 seasons and then you're just gonna have her die from a pregnancy. I don't know. I think
That's true.
I think this evil woman is good. That there's gonna be some long, drawn out.
What if she doesn't die? Maybe she's just thrown in exile or something, or thrown in prison, or tortured or something. Like, there's a lot of possibilities. But I'm just nervous going into the next episode. I don't want Jamie to die. Jamie's my boy. Like, he literally is a good guy. He's just done some really awful things, like, you know, the things I do for love. You know,
I do want to see if the bearded dude finally
Thorman,
yeah,
the big woman, as he would say. That was so funny.
Giant's milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm dying
so
to see
funny.
it. I want to see him get with Brienne. Okay.
You ship that?
I do. I want to see him get with Brienne because you know.
I love the funniest thing is Tormund.
He eyes her up like nobody's business, and I'm like, dude, just let it happen.
I just love the first thing he says when he gets to Winterfell. He goes, "Is the big woman still here?" This is like, oh my god, I love this guy. He's hilarious. And then when he like hugs John, that was funny. So, but yeah, next episode, oh my god, I can't wait. And I think it's gonna be one of those long ones too, because the longest battle ever filmed was in Two Towers, which is 40 minutes long. This one is gonna be longer than that. It's gonna be a full hour of battle, but there's gonna the people that wrote described it as more of like a horror, and that's what this is probably gonna be. Like, it's gonna be a survival horror is how they described it, and that's exactly how I see it's gonna be. It's gonna be intense. It's probably gonna be one of the best episodes of this series, one of the best battles definitely. But I can't wait. Oh my god, this show just is amazing. I wish I watched Game of Thrones sooner, but I'm glad I watched when I did. But whew, I think we're gonna have a lot to say after next episode. But episode 2, it was a slow, talky episode, but I think it's gonna be one of those episodes that when you look back after what happens in this episode, it's gonna give that episode so much more weight, because that'll be some characters' last moments.
And there will be a lot of questions.
Yeah,
a lot of questions. Some questions answered, a lot more that'll be what happens next.
Yeah. All right. So, what was the thing you want to discuss, Alex? Before we have a few minutes left.
Dictator Phil, did you see the Joe Rogan where
I did not. I do want to though. Like I definitely did. I saw it. I saw that he had the Adam Conover had the episode with Joe Rogan. I wasn't.
Oh man. Dude, that's a spicy one.
Okay.
Like,
How
I
sad?
saw Joe Rogan getting like actually mad. He actually like defended himself for once.
Really? What was? Wait, who was this guest again?
Adam
You ever see Adam Ruins Everything?
Oh, it was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like Joe Rogan was defending his position for once. Like, cause like Adam was being so ridiculous about you saying that like alpha males don't exist, that like talking about like kids, you know, transgender kids should not be getting like Adam was saying they should be given like hormone treatment, and like Joe Rogan was actually saying no, they shouldn't be given hormone treatment. And Adam was also trying to go and say that like transgender athletes should be able to go and compete in women's division. And like it was pretty crazy. He kind of like showed how much Adam Conover is just like a complete like fraud. If he's actually like, if has someone competent like calling out his crap, basically. Like it was a pretty intense one.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look at some clips from it, because I heard some people talking about, but I didn't know that was Adam Ruins Everything, Adam. So I'll have to look at that.
I mean, no, maybe for next time or something, because we don't have too much time left, and it seems like.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of which, I have a guest who might want to be on at some point.
Oh.
Wow.
Who is it?
He was author of a book called The Gokwe Kid. He's this guy from a country that doesn't exist anymore who happens to be very interesting character. I think he's having some problems financial right now, but hopefully he won't be kicked out just yet of his house. But he's a cool guy. I definitely recommend talking to him once in a while. He's got a very interesting like sort of penmanship style, and he's like a comedian kind of.
Interesting.
But yeah, he would like to be on. I offered him. He was like, oh yeah, sure. It's an interesting character if you ever get a chance to speak to him. But yeah, we have to make sure we have the censor button on.
Yeah, we use it a lot today because some people don't know how to behave properly.
What do you mean?
Well, to be fair, we haven't been on air in like a semester.
I know. I'm kidding around. We've all had to use the dump button.
Yeah, it's gotta take a dump once in a while.
Thank you for listening.
Well, if you want my
We'll be
drink
back
and a
next week
coffee
with
every
more
day, you do it
Real
every
News.
day, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.